Hey everyone, Big Pauly back for a brand new video. Yes, Big Pauly's Weekly Watch. That's right, I've had COVID for the last 6 to 7 days. I'm still positive at the moment. So what does that mean when you're off work and you're sick at home? You have plenty of time to watch shitloads of movies. I've seen 5. What can I say? When your eyes are watering, you're sneezing like shit, you're coughing up so you can't hear the TV, you don't really feel like watching too many movies. But I've managed to squeeze in 5. So let's find out what I watched. Okay, so first up, and would you believe this, they are all physical copies. So I don't need to put no poster bullshit up here. First one up, Dear Evan Hansen. Yes, very surprised by this. I had a lot of fun with this film. It wasn't really a film I was originally going to be bothered about, but I watched the trailer. The trailer actually made me tear up, and then I saw that it was from the songwriters of La La Land and The Greatest Showman. And The Greatest Showman music is so iconic. I could listen to that album for hours. I believe this is from the director. I think this is from the director of Wonder, I believe. This is a movie version of a Broadway stage show. It's about, I wouldn't say a young teenager because he looks about 40. But yeah, look, this guy here, who I believe is the actual stage performer from the show itself, plays Evan Hansen, who has problems mixing with people. You know, he's going to new school and he's got social problems, depression and stuff like that. And he writes himself a letter to say, you know, Dear Evan Hansen, today is going to be a great day. But it gets into the hand of a fellow pupil who, not to spoil it, but he ends up committing suicide. Basically. But it's in the trailer anyway, so it's not really a spoiler. And they believe that Evan and this other kid were best friends. And they want to know all about him and all that kind of shit. And it's about his journey. It's about how he deals with grief, how the school deals with grief, and the boy's parents as well. And he kind of like leads them on to think that, yes, they were best friends. They had great memories together. He even conjures up some memories that never really happened. And it's really a film about friendship, acceptance, and yeah, just dealing with grief. So I'm not going to go too much more into it because the story does go, you know, deeper into that kind of thing. But I thought it was a really great film, a really great film. The bloke who plays the teenage kid, kind of like teens, is Ben Platt. Now I remember reading when this came out that it's a bit weird that this kind of high school kid just doesn't blend in with everybody because of the actor's age, because of, you know, being a stage performer. Visually, yes, I understand that. He does de-age it down, not a CGI such, but physically with his body, he kind of de-ages himself, so tries to be more kind of teenager-ish and goofy. Sometimes it comes across, but after a while you latch onto this character and you follow them, so it's not really a problem. And when he gets interested in one of the school pupils, who's the kid's brother, the kid's sister that committed suicide, you kind of see that she looks really young and he's like 40 or so. It does look a little bit weird, but then when you do a Wikipedia or an IMDb, there's really only about I think 3 years in real life between them. So they are literally nearly the same age anyway. It just looks a little bit weird. Yes, but other than that, I thought it was a great film. Beautiful picture quality, some great cinematography, school bullying and all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of, like, you know, the kick-ass type school bits when Hit Girl was getting bullied. Friendship at schools as well. But the music is what sold this film for me. This really does have a Greatest Showman themed kind of soundtrack. It feels like it was written by the same people, and songs are fantastic. You are never going to see another film where Julianne Moore sings and reduces you to tears. Yeah, I really had fun with this film. Fun, I don't know if fun is really the right term, considering it's to do with suicide and depression and anxiety and fitting in and social problems. I had fun as much as I enjoyed the film. I love the storytelling, I love the characters, and I above all, I love the music. So for me, it was a worthwhile pickup. So I'm probably going to be picking that up on a 4K. But yes, that was Dear Evan Hansen. I gave that one 9 out of 10. Singing your heart out. So yes, I had a lot of... I keep saying having a lot of fun with it, but it's not really such a fun movie. I appreciated it. That's probably the best thing to say. Right, okay, let's move on to the next one. The next film is Almost Famous. Yes, this is from Cameron Crowe, I believe. The director, Cameron Crowe. Why the hell have I not seen this film before? I have no idea. Now, this was a fun watch. This was a fun watch. This was... I watched the extended cut, like the director's cut. The bootleg cut, it's called. And this is 2 hours and 40 minutes or something like that. Or 2.5 hours. I'm sure it was 2 hours, 40 minutes. It's a long film, the bootleg cut. And I've got to say... Oh, hang on a minute. The theatrical cut is 123 minutes. The bootleg cut is 161 minutes. Yeah, I've got to say that this was brilliant. Yeah, I really love this. This is about a young kid that has aspirations of being a writer, a musical journalist. We see him when he's young. We see his interest in music, especially vinyl and rock. And then we see him as he gets older, you know, in his sort of like mid-teens. And because of his writing is so good, he gets the attention of Rolling Stone magazine, who want to send him on the road with a fictitious band called Stillwater. What a bloody band. That's Stillwater. So that's Billy Crudup, Jason Lee, my name is Earl, and there's a whole host of others on the back there, but these two characters here are the main ones from the band. But I just really enjoyed the band. Every single member of them, they all had their own personalities. No one faded into the background. I wish there was more on the band. You know, I would love to have had a more Spinal Tap type of documentary, just maybe another film following the band again. But yeah, this was a bloody good watch. And this kid goes with the band on the tour, on the bus, on the planes, backstage, to write different bits about each member of the band and to get to know them, what made them interested in music. And we also get other characters in the film. We've got Frances McDormand, who plays the boy William, the boy's mother, who's a brilliant performance. Zoe Deschanel, I think that's how you pronounce it, and she was the boy's sister. She wasn't in it that much. She was only in the film for the beginning of the film and then at the end of the film. And of course we've got, is it Kate Hudson? It's not Kate Hudson, is it? Is it Kate Hudson? Yes, it is Kate Hudson. For some reason, I didn't think it was Kate Hudson. Yes, Kate Hudson. She plays like the groupie that follows the band around. She's very laid back and very... she's into the band. But she has like a connection with one of the band members. I don't think she feels like she's really appreciated. And she's kind of like the anchor for William on this tour. You know, she helps him, and she befriends him to keep him writing and stuff like that. The music was brilliant in this. We didn't really get to know too much of the musical numbers, but other than that, it was some great on-screen performances, some great band performances. I actually wish that they'd actually recorded like a concert, you know, just for the film, so that we could have maybe a disc with, or special features with like a half-hour concert, because that would have been brilliant. But I believe there is a musical number on here, Fever Dog. So yeah, the performances were fantastic on this film. The band, I can't fault them, and Kate Hudson was brilliant. The boy William, when he was young, when we first see him in the film, was fantastic. But it's when he becomes like 15, the actor who plays him when he's 15, he's just fantastic. What's his name? Patrick Fugit. I think it's Patrick Fugit or Fugit. Probably Fugit. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant all the way through the film. So, yeah, it's a brilliant film. Funny thing is, though, after the film finished, I thought, let's just go onto Amazon and type in Stillwater. And there was actually a band called Stillwater who released an album, or a couple of albums. I'm pretty sure it's nothing to do with them. But strange that there is actually a band called Stillwater. But it would have been nice for them to like maybe release an album. You know, like sometimes when they do musical documentaries and things like that, or mockumentaries, you actually do get the band to release an album. Like Ricky Gervais did. He released, well, he's not a band, but he released an album based on his character David Brent. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with this film. This was a really great surprise, so I really enjoyed that. I did give that one 8.5 banging the heads at a concert out of 10. Yes. So, I don't know exactly how much has been added. I think it's probably about half an hour difference between... Yeah, it's about 20 minutes, I think. 20 or 30 minutes extra footage. So, be interested to see what just like the standard cut was like on that. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. The next one is a film that was sent to me as part of subscriber mail, starring Cillian Murphy, and Jamie Dornan. Yes, the one from 50 Shades. This is called Anthropoid. Anthropoid, yes, a strange name. This was a good film. I saw this the other night. I put this on for me and Papa Bowman because I knew that he would probably like it, as being a war film. Some great performances. This, as the story was going through, Dad kind of like recognised it. He said, this is the same as Operation Daybreak, I believe the film was called. So this is a remake of Operation Daybreak from either the late 60s or early 70s. I think about 74 or something like that. This is basically about two parachutists that parachute in to Czechoslovakia. Oh, doorbell's gone, so it must be a Blu-ray delivery, hopefully. And they have a task of assassinating a high-ranking Nazi officer. And it's about them. It's like the resistance. Yes, hello. Listen carefully as you say this on events. Yeah, so this was really good. It was a gripping story. We get to know the characters. Toby, what's his name? Toby, oh, I don't know. Toby Jones. Yes, Toby Jones was also in it as well. And it's when it gets to the part where they have to assassinate this high-ranking general or commander, you're gripping your seat, because something happens and it's not expected. But my dad remembered that happened, and it is based on true events. And for like the last half an hour to 45 minutes, it is just gunplay, just shooting as many Nazi soldiers as you can. They get held up in a church at the end to try and cover their tracks, and it's just a massive shootout. So it's good for the sound system. It's a good picture quality. It is quite a gripping war film as well, and it's based on true stories. So I gave that one 6.5 out of 10. Shoot the Germans. Apologies to my German viewers. I should say shoot the Nazis. That's more like it. And now Nazi is probably going to get picked up by YouTube. You can't win, can you? Right, okay. Next up, we have a film with Kurt Russell and Jack Warden called Used Cars. This is from the team that did Back to the Future, would you believe? Yeah, Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale. A couple of years beforehand, obviously. And this is about two brothers that run opposing used car sale dealerships, like on each side of the freeway, each side of the road. Something happens to one of them, and Kurt Russell has to take over. And it's about them. Kurt Russell basically trying to hang on to this car dealership from the other bloke, from the other brother. Kurt Russell, he's funny in this. It's kind of like a goofy Kurt Russell as opposed to a serious one. There are also a lot of other comedy moments in the film and comedy characters. This guy here, Garrett Graham, who used to be in Star Trek. He was in a couple of episodes of Star Trek back in the day. He's hilarious. And there are some really hilarious antics as well. Goofy Kurt Russell. Yes, look at that. All the meantime, while he's trying to drum up enough money to kind of like run for governorship, you know, he has to try and find $10,000. So yeah, this was a fun watch. It's just typical kind of 80s style Smokey and the Bandit kind of humour. And the visuals. So it was a fun film. So yeah, that's Used Cars. I also gave that one 6.5 out of 10. Clapped out bangers. Oh dear me, Paul. Okay, so the last one I watched, more like the first one I watched really, when I got delivery of it the other day. Spider-Man No Way Home. Yes, of course, it's Spider-Man week. Even though some people don't get to go Blu-ray hunting. But yes, I had to watch that one the other day. What can I say? There's not really much I can say about it that's, you know, not been said before. I did a review for it. I gave it a 10 out of 10 then. When it first came out, it was my film of the year. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 now. It's the best of Spider-Man. You can't get any better than this with Spider-Man. You know, we have villains come back, we have heroes come back, we have heartbreak, tragedy, and true friendship, and it's the best Spider-Man that we could possibly get. I am kind of curious as to what they're going to do with the franchise now, with the last Doctor Strange spell at the end. You know, Spider-Man, Peter Parker being alone now, totally cut off. How do you bring back that familiarity? How do you bring back those friends? Very interested to see where it's going to go from there. But yeah, that was Spider-Man No Way Home. As I say, 10 out of 10 web slingers. So that is it. Unfortunately, it was only 5. But like I say, I've had COVID for the last week. And I haven't been feeling the best on some days, so I couldn't even watch a film on 2 days. But it has been tricky to watch on some other days. I still feel bunged up a bit. It's kind of weird because the symptoms are mainly gone, but like in an afternoon they'll come back. Some will come back, then the next day another one will be gone, and then maybe another one will come back. It's so weird. It's so weird. But that is it. That is my 5 things that I have seen. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it by giving it some thumbs up. Blah, 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 blah. Don't forget to subscribe, comment and share. I'll see you on the next video very soon. And some bloody Blu-ray hunting as well, I hope. Bye-bye.